Hey everyone, and welcome back to another healthy keto eating show, information and story time. Everybody stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Great to see you and great to be back in doing another healthy keto eating show and another new recipe. You got this recipe, I believe, yesterday. I always pre-record these videos, so I believe this one would have been from, yesterday. I believe you got it yesterday. So I hope you got a chance to make it. I mean, come on, a pork chop pizza bake. Yum. Now that I had the idea of doing the pork rinds as a breadstick, I figured it'd be perfect for a crust. So I'm excited to try this. And come on, pork rind or pork skins, some people call them, and then pork chops. Yeah, those two go great together, right? I'm excited to try this. But of course, I'm going to read a Bible verse to you guys, and then I'll go over a little bit of information, and then I'm going to do story time with you guys again. I'm going to read Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Isn't that another beautiful Bible verse? That God is always fighting for you. He is. He wants you to pray to him. He wants you to come to him. He wants you to live for him and, talk about him and tell everybody about him. And we're all going to have hard times. In fact, today was a tough day for me. I was having some trouble with anger. And, they say in the Bible to be slow to anger. Definitely, be slow to anger. Anger. Gosh, I can't talk. Take some deep breaths before you do anything. And, but we all are human and that's going to happen. And I was just spilling things while I was making dinner and everything was going wrong for me. So I got a little bit of anger there, but I did ask God, God, forgive me. And I rebuked that devil immediately. I said, you're not going to ruin my night. You're just not going to. So I love how God is always listening, is always there with you and always wants to make you feel at peace. And just, through even this pandemic, he wants every one of us to be at peace and to not worry. If you live for Jesus and Jesus is in your heart, you should not fear anything. There's nothing to fear because God is always with us. And that's the most important thing to remember and keep in your heart is he is always with us. He is walking with us and he is with each and every one of us. God created every one of us and he loves us. And nobody could love us more than Jesus. So just remember that. I mean, God sent him to die for us. So, and know that God and Jesus are all in one. God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are all one. But that being said, just, pray, pray, pray. Lean on Jesus. Give it all to him. And your life is going to be great. I'm telling you, my life has really changed since I have done more Bible reading, more time in my warrior room, is what I call it. That's where I go to pray and to read more scripture and all that. And I encourage you guys to do that because it really does make your life better. And then, starting my day, going through my day and ending my day with the Lord. And even when I have a bad day, like everything was going wrong and falling and spilling and everything, and I had already cleaned so much yesterday, but I said, Jesus, please be with me and help me with this anger. And I rebuke you, Satan. I always rebuke the devil because the devil is going to try. He hates when we're living for God. So just remember that. Get your Bible and carry it with you everywhere you go because no harm can hurt you when God is with you. He can't. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, it was Exodus 14:14. So that's an easy one to remember. All right. So I did this recipe yesterday. You would have seen the slideshow yesterday on how to make it. Super easy, right? You can't get any easier than that recipe. And I'm excited to try it. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Right there is the red subscribe button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified of all of my uploads. Share around my channel, please, so I can grow and help many more people get healthy, learn more about God and all of that. Please share my channel. It's just important to me, and I feel like this is my calling to help all of you guys get right with God and get healthy. And right now with this pandemic, we need to be the most healthiest we can be. So I'm always here. I link my email down below if you need extra help, but I do a lot of information on my channel, but I will also help you get set up on macros. Real quick, I was taught professionally by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, my brother who teaches this as a job, and all the studying I've done myself. So when I went into this, I was taught professionally. So when I give it to you, I'm giving it to you professionally. And of course, I have had pure success. I started in November 2015, November 4th, 2015. And in a short 15 months, I lost 150 plus pounds. And since then, I'm now at over that. I'm at 160 plus pounds. And I have kept it off this month, this April here, I have kept it off for 3 years. And by the grace of God and keto, it's just amazing. And being strong and having the strength from God, I've been able to maintain that weight out. I was almost 300 pounds, you guys, and I now sit between 128 and 130. Right around there is where I sit. I went from a size 3X down to a size small to some mediums and shorts, but basically small. Jeans were a 24 jean, and I now wear a 2 to a 4, and leggings are small to extra small. Like, it's just amazing how tiny I am for the age of that I am. I'm 44 years of age. I'm smaller than I was when I was a teenager, and I was never a big teenager. I was probably like a size 6 then or a size 8. I was never a big teenager. I gained most of my weight after I had my child, developed the heart condition and all that, and that's when I gained all of my weight, when I would have been around early 20s. But anyways, yeah, I've had pure success, and I want to help as many people, out there that need the help, and I want you to understand what macros are. That's what makes up your calories, is protein, fat, and carb. And when we do this diet, it is a 20 carb or less, which puts us in a state of ketosis, which is just a big word for fat burning mode. Now, the fat burning part, I want you to understand it. This was designed 3 ways, and this is what I was taught: for losing, gaining, and maintaining. If you are in the weight loss mode, you're going to use most of that from your body fat. That's going to be your high fat source. It makes sense, right? Well, that's what I was taught. So instead of doing the 75 to 80% they talk about, which is around 110 to 150 grams of fat a day, you are going to do more like 75 to 90 grams. I think I started around 90 and worked my way down. There was a point where I was only doing 50 grams because I still had fat on my body, and I wanted to get that last 10 to 15 pounds off of me. So don't worry about that. Your body fat will act as that energy source. I was taught that professionally, so you can go lower. Just make sure you get your nutrition in. Carb, 20 or less. Okay, those 2 macros you do not have to meet as far as don't go over, but you can go under. All right, you can eat 0 carb. You never have to eat a carb in your life. I do it through the veggies. That's where I get it through, good green leafy veggies, some processed food. I don't do a lot of processed food though. Okay, but anyways, so that can be 0. You can eat carnivore. Just eat meat, eggs, and cheese. Just be a carnivore person, so you don't have to worry about that. But the most important is the protein. That is half your current body weight. Simple as this. If you weigh 300 pounds, you need 150 grams of protein a day. If you weigh 200 pounds, you need 100 grams. If you can't get that in by lots of food, there are ways to do it with like protein shakes and stuff like that. Look for low carb ones. Quest has got a great one that's very low carb to do. But yeah, you just want to remember that the protein one is the most important. You don't want to lose hair. You don't want problems. You want to be at your healthiest. And just make sure that you do get, in what you need. If you're not getting what you need through foods, like I eat every 24 hours, 1 meal a day right now to stay as healthy as can be through this pandemic. I want to be as healthy as I can. So I eat every 24 to 25 hours. And, because of that, I want to make sure that I'm getting in what I need. So I make sure that I'm getting enough protein and all of that. And I do supplements. I do a vitamin, multivitamin. I do extra D. I do C if I need it. If I don't get it in with foods, like normally I'll do it with foods, but a C. And then I also do get sun. So I get the vitamin from the sun, which we don't get a lot here in Minnesota. But when we do, I get that great vitamin D. It's the best. You need 20 minutes a day. That's it. And then also I do a fish oil, so I do get what I need for supplements if I'm not getting it through food, although I do eat pretty decent. So, but anyways, if you need any help, like I said, I'm here to help you, and I was taught professionally, so I have helped over 2,000 people get their life back. Yes, 2,000. I am over that mark now, and everybody is getting healthy, and if you need my help, I am here. There is somebody that did come in and ask for the help. I can't remember your name. I have emailed you asking you a question that I needed to know if you had any exercise that you did to be able to set up your plan for you. I'm sorry I can't remember your name. Maybe I can link it down in the box so that you can go and check and see if that's you. I am so sorry, but I did email you and it's not going through for some reason. So if you could email me again, I'm really, really sorry. I'm trying to help you. I can't because it won't go through. It's saying it's not being sent. So if you could email me again, that would be great. Other than that, anybody else need help? I'm always here. So, all right, let's try this delicious, what's it called? It is, forgot the name of it. pork chop pizza, pork chop bake. Look at that. It has got the crust that I did with pork chop. It has got the pork chops. It's got the pizza sauce and mozzarella cheese and all the seasonings and then Parmesan on top. Ooh, that's really good. Honey, did you like it? I always want to know his opinion because he does keto, but I mean, being a guy, I want his opinion. This is good. Yum. I knew it was going to be because it's pork chop and pork rinds together as a crust. And then that red sauce, wow, that's really good. Mozzarella cheese and then the Parmesan cheese, yum. Now, you could definitely make that into 4 servings. The one thing I did wrong, and I think I mentioned it in my slide show video, make sure you put a little bit of oil on the bottom of the pan. Do not use Pam sprays. Those are not keto approved, just so you know, because literally it's just and then it's 0 carb. Anything over that is not 0 carb. So there's like, I think 175 servings in a can. So it would be 0. Anything over that would be counted as carbs. So use the oil. Just take a paper towel, put a little bit of oil on the bottom, or you can actually use parchment paper and place it down like I did when I made the breadsticks because my crust kind of stuck. I still got my crust up, but it kind of stuck a little bit. So in your cake pan because that will stick. So make sure you do that. I think I mentioned that in my video, but if I didn't, make sure you do that, okay? All right, so it can be 4 servings. But I'm doing 1 meal a day, so I made it into 2 servings for me and my husband. The whole pan was 15 net carbs, which makes it 7.5 carbs I have right here for myself. And then, of course, I'm eating a cucumber with it, with a serving and a half of, well, basically 2 servings of ranch dressing, but about a serving and a half of ranch dressing. And then I'm going to do a Quest cookie tonight. I don't do these often, but I'm going to do a Quest cookie tonight. Like I said, I'm in maintenance mode, so it's okay for me to do these every day if I wanted to, but I just don't. I don't do them every day, but I'm going to do the cookie tonight because I want the extra protein and the fat. I want the extra fat and everything since I'm not having that. I mean, even though this is high in fat, being the pork rind and the pork chops and all of that, but I do about 1,500 to 1,800 calories in the 1 meal, so I try to get it up there. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. And then I'm doing a Zevia, the cream soda. Zevia is the best one to do on keto because it's made with the stevia. And that's what we can use. The stevia, the erythritol, or monk fruit. Now, you can do aspartame or sucralose, but some people can't do sucralose. I could do it in the beginning. I can't do it anymore. I can, but it just makes my color go down, which just means those urine strips that you urinate on, they're ketone strips. And your color, the darker it is, the more fat you're burning. If it's down, but see, I'm in maintenance mode, so I don't care if it's not really burning a lot. But I try to stay away from sucralose altogether because it messes with me a little bit. It gives me some migraines and stuff like that. So I just stay away from sucralose and I do aspartame. But everybody's different. You got to test your body. But Zevia is the best one for keto. I was just going to have a water tonight, but I thought it's my 1 meal. I've been doing water all day. I want a Zevia. Let's try a cucumber. I normally put, I've done a video on this for a snack video. I cut up the cucumber and put the ranch dressing, and then I also put 2 tablespoons of bacon bits on it, but I don't have that right now, but I love the bacon bits on the cucumbers. It's so good. It's in my keto treat video. If you go to my playlist and look up keto treats, you'll find it in there. It's a cucumber salad. I love ranch and cucumber together. So, how's everyone doing? Are you sitting down eating this with me or one of my keto recipes? I hope that you are. I hope soon, with all this pandemic stuff, it's hard to, this book thing is kind of on hold right now because of this pandemic thing. But I'm really trying hard to get this cookbook out. So, hopefully soon. I know a lot of you that want to buy my cookbook. So, but I really can't meet with anybody with this pandemic going on right now, so it's a little bit hard like that. So things are kind of on hold, but that's okay. God's timing is always the best timing. So we know that God said, not right now. Maybe he knows the perfect publisher that I'm going to find. I've contacted a few. I've had a few respond back to me. Wasn't really happy with what they were offering and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for God. So God's timing is always the perfect timing. But anyways, how are all you guys doing? I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. I pray for each and every one of you, especially my good friends like Jennifer, who works in a hospital. Girl, I'm always praying for you for your safety. I love you so much. Thanks again for that gift you sent me and that card. It meant the world to me. I know you already seen the video on it, but it meant the world to me. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, sweetheart. Your friendship alone is all I ever need. I don't need anything. I'm not a person that ever needs anything, but I do appreciate it, and thank you so much. It's going to go to some good use. I'm going to maybe do something and get an outfit of the day or something with that. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And the card itself, just what you had wrote, just touched me, and I really appreciate it. And guys, I would ask that you would pray for her. It's Jennifer Kervensky. I don't know how to say her last name, but you'll see it in there. It's KW. If you see that, you know who you got there. Please pray for her. She works in a hospital. She is not around like the corona part, but still, like I told her, you are still in a hospital, and there are still people coming in and out that are sick, and she works long days, and I pray for her safety all the time. She's a wonderful woman, for her and her family to be safe. And then, of course, my good friend Monica, my good friend, I got so many of them on here that I talk. Tammy comes in a lot. Pray for her. And I got a couple Evies that watch, and Cynthia, and what? Oh, and Jan. Yes, I can't forget Jan. She doesn't really watch this channel, though. She watches my Angels Heavenly Nails. I do have a separate channel. But my good friend Jan, she lives in Washington. So, yeah. All of you and everybody on here, I love you all. I just don't remember all your names. I have like over 2,000 people, so it's hard to remember everybody's name. I'm sorry for that, but I do pray every day for all of you. I tell God, please, for everyone on my channel, I pray for their safety and a hedge of protection around each and every one of you. So, and when this is all over, I really hope that I get to meet Jennifer. She's talking about coming here with her daughter and coming to meet me. I would love that, Jennifer. I would absolutely love it if you came here and met me. I'll do your nails. We'll have fun. I'll put a set of nails on you, and we'll have a lot of fun. I'll show you all around Minnesota. Maybe we'll even get out to the Mall of America. So, but I was going to do a story time. And I was trying to think of which one I wanted to tell you guys. I know I thought about it last night. There was a couple of them, and I want to know which one I want to actually do. Let me just think here for a second. My nose is always running because of the allergy season. And I can't take my Klonopin, or my Claritin, because it started to bother me. It started to have like kind of a reaction to it. So I'm gonna have to do a different one. I did that for many years. I don't know. I didn't really have like a breakout or anything from it. I was getting those palpitations back to back, and the doctor said, "Are you doing your Claritin again?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Stop that one for a little bit." And I did, and they seemed to go away. So I don't know if that's what was causing it. I don't know. Because it seemed to come on right around the same time. But anyways, we'll just deal with it, right? Story. What was the story I was going to tell? I can't believe I can't think of the story. I know what I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story on my mom and my grandmother's superstition on Friday the 13th. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story. I keep thinking I did, but I think I just told it to my friends. But anyways, my mom, if I already told you guys the story, I'm sorry, but I don't think I did. But anyways, my mom, when she was 13 months old, on Friday the 13th, she fell down and cut her hand on a glass. She had like grabbed the glass and the glass broke. She fell. She grabbed it off the counter or something. She was 13 months old, or grabbed it off end table or something, and she fell and the glass broke and cut her, and she had to have 13 stitches. Now, as a small baby, that's a lot of stitches across that little hand. Or it went this way, I think. And so she had nerve damage in her finger. So because of that, as a baby, she would chew on it. And she actually literally chewed her finger because she had it was nerve damage. So she didn't feel that. So when she was biting on it, she actually made her pointer finger pointy. It literally comes to a point. It does from her biting on it as a baby. But anyways, I hate when I drink soda and try to talk. But anyways, she was 13 months old. It was Friday the 13th. She fell down and cut her hand and had to have 13 stitches. The following time, the next Friday the 13th that came up, my mom fell down a flight of stairs. She was still young. I think she was only probably about 3. Mom can correct me on this if I'm wrong. But she was still young. She fell down a flight of stairs on Friday the 13th, and there was 13 steps. So that was really weird. And then I thought there was one more. I can't remember, but I thought there was one more. So every year, my grandmother, her mother, would call her every year on the Friday the 13th to make sure she was okay. She just always thought it was weird that too many things were such a coincidence. Since then, nothing has happened to my mom on Friday the 13th. It was just a pure coincidental. I don't believe in that stuff anyways as a Christian. I just don't. But yeah, isn't that weird for that to happen to a small child like that, to happen on Friday the 13th and everything was 13, 13, 13. It's funny, my husband was born on Friday the 13th and he loves Friday the 13th. He loves that he was born that day and he loves the movies. Enjoy some movies. But anyways, yeah, I thought, that wasn't a long story, but I just thought I would tell you that on my mom because I thought, how scary, Like, everything in 13s. I was just weird. And there was one more. I thought the following time, somehow she got hurt, and it was on Friday the 13th. It was just weird. But nothing more after that, so she's been okay. It just was, like I said, a coincidental thing that happened. So, but yeah, does any of you guys have any stories like that? Like weird stories that, weird things that happen and you have that superstitious that, that you worry and something always happens on that day? I don't believe in any of that stuff. A lot of that I believe is of the devil. Now, my grandmother didn't walk with the devil. She was definitely a Christian. But just felt, weird because it was happening like that. I believe, the devil can come in and intervene and stuff like that. But I also believe that if you believe in God and stuff like that, that things like that aren't going to happen. I don't like movies that are like paranormal and stuff like that. I don't like any of those type of movies. I don't like anything to do with paranormal. I think a lot of that's from the devil. Not condemning any of you that like to watch those movies or anything like that. You believe in that. Not condemning any of you guys. It's just something I don't like. And everybody's different, We're all going to be different about it. I just don't like it. I think it's very much of the devil. So, but, yeah, I'm sorry that my story was short. I do got other stories, and I'll tell you longer ones. I'm just trying to make these videos shorter. This dinner is so good, you guys. So yummy. I mean, come on, look at that with that crust and everything. Look at that crust with it. I'm going to put it on top and show you. Grab my napkin here. Look at that. Oh, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So what's everybody doing this evening? Because I always load these videos and put them up in the evening. What's your guys' plan for the evening? My husband and I, I don't know, because these are pre-recorded videos, so I'm not sure what we're going to be doing that night. We usually watch a movie or whatever. Still staying in. We are getting a few things that we are able to do. We are able to go out, you know, for walks and stuff like that, and go to different places, parks and stuff like that, as long as we stay our distance. When we go into stores, we still have to wear the mask and the gloves. Well, we don't have to, but I choose to. I want to be smart. And a lot of people do. So we're still doing that. Still got to keep the distance, you know, 6 feet away and all that. Not everybody listens to that in Walmart. But trying to keep the distance and stuff like that. And, you know, they're talking about opening some things up here. And I just hope that they don't do it too soon. Because it still feels scary. You know, even though the numbers dropping and things are subsiding in some states, especially here. It still feels just surreal and scary, you know. We just don't want it to be too soon. If it's too soon, and all of it could start over again, we don't want that to happen. But I know in China, that's where it originated, started. I got a friend that lives there. She moved there to China years and years ago, from the United States here, from Minnesota. She said that things were slowly opening up. They were still wearing masks and stuff like that, but things were slowly opening up and things were okay. So it's probably what they're kind of doing here. Just doing things very slowly. But I'm being very smart. I still do my outfits outside, but I was told it's okay. We do watch our news. We know what we can do. I stay away from everybody. I don't see my family. Nobody comes around. If my mom, she comes to visit, she stays in the car, and I stay like 6 to 8 feet from her, and we're wearing masks and everything. That's it. But I haven't seen anybody else in my family. We're all staying away and all that, so. That was a big bite. This thing sure is weird, though. Never thought we'd experience that in our lifetime. I know there was a few outbreaks. We had that of Ebola and, you know, different things that we had during our lifetime, but I think it just wasn't as bad. Like, it just wasn't talked about as much or whatever. It wasn't as scary. We weren't quarantined, you know. So, it is scary. Very scary. But all part of God's plans. They said things like this would happen when end times were coming near. So, everybody needs to get ready. That's just little pieces of the fat. I hate any kind of fat on meat. Ugh. That's the end of that. I'm getting so full. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. That was a piece of fat. Freaked me out. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I'm sorry. Did not mean to do that on there. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. Hope you're trying all my recipes. Yeah, definitely tell your friends about me. Let them know about my channel so I can help them. I get so much joy out of helping people. Who knew? I always wanted to be a nail tech, or I wanted to be a lawyer, or forensic science I wanted to work in. And yet, I get more joy out of knowing how many the people I can help. I get more joy out of this. Keto and teaching. Who knew? God's the ultimate judger on our plans. And if you ask him, you know, God, what's my plan? He will lead you to it. So, I'm not done with that yet, but I'll get a couple bites of this cookie and then I'll get off of here. I'm doing the double chocolate chip one. Yum. Love the Quest cookies. So my total carb here was 7.5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. Right there at 19. So because I do one meal, I can get all 20 in one meal. In fact, I can go over a little bit and still get away with that. But I still try to keep it at 20 or less. Only because I'm doing one meal and I go so long without food. So yeah, but I still try to keep it at 20. Oh, this cookie is so good. There's certain places I don't buy this one at, though, like Walmart. It's really dry, this one. Not the chocolate chip one, but this one is really dry. But my husband now gets it at either Target for me or Cub Foods, I think it is. Yeah, those two, it's really soft and good, like all of the other ones. The peanut butter one and the chocolate chip one, but this one was always so dry, I didn't like it. I'm like, why is this so gross? It's so dry, it just crumbled and broke in my mouth. But you see, this is very soft and like bread-like. That's really good. Not bread-like, but like a cake. See? The other one's just broke in a million pieces. And it was just the double chocolate chip one. It was weird. And like I told my husband, even the Quest cookies are more on the dry side because of the ingredients you have to use to make them. So they definitely are more dry. So when I made mine and they were a little bit dry, the cookies, it's because of the ingredients we have to use when you're trying to do something that to make it keto, you know? So things are going to be a little bit more dry, and these are definitely more dry than a regular cookie that, you know, that you can use the oils and the flour and all of that versus what we have to use to make cookies now. So, but I love them. They're delicious. So I'm going to get going, but I hope you guys enjoyed this healthy keto eating show and the information. And then of course my little story I told about my mom. And let me know down below if you guys have anything that ever happened weird in your life that happened, you know, a few times, or do you have superstition in, you know, in you because you worry about things or whatever. And then just let me know how everybody is doing. Does anybody, you know, are you doing okay? Has anybody that you know or yourself gotten this virus? Is everybody okay? I just want to make sure. And I will continue to pray for you guys. And please continue to pray for my family as well. So, and Jennifer, please. She's a nurse, like I said, and she needs prayers to keep her safe, because I can't imagine any doctor or nurse working in this 13, 15-hour days working in this. Thank God for them. Thank God for them. That's all I can say. And I do pray for each and every one of them too. I always ask God to protect all the doctors and nurses. So everybody take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next upload. And always remember to keep it keto. Good night.